NASCAR on FX is brought to you by Budweiser. The best things in life are the things that are true. Budweiser. .182 laps complete. The Pontiac Excitement 400. Bobby Labonte leads by 0.4 of a second over Joe Nemechek. Rusty Wallace has closed the gap down to 0.8 of a second. Then it's Dale Jr., Jeff and Ward Burton, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, the rookie Casey Mears in front of Matt Kenseth, 9th and 10th. That's pretty good battle.
Yeah, right there's a great battle.
He's done a great job tonight.
Well, Kenseth's caught him between two rookies there, and he's got his hands full. He can't get around Casey, and he's got Biffle breathing down his back bumper.
You're riding with Greg Biffle, the defending Busch Series champ.
Kind of.
Get well, Jerry Nadeau says on the dash.
Boy, Joe Nemechek in that 25, he's catching the leader right now. But I'm going to tell you, here's a guy that's running good. Ward Burton in that 22 car. He's up to 6th position, started in 20th. Ward made his first career start here in March of 1994.
Ward is the track record holder, and he started that far back, Larry, because he said he left a lot on the table on his qualifying lap. Wasn't happy with it, led a lot of this race last year.
Exactly, and I'm going to tell you another guy looking to get his season turned around. Ricky Rudd, that 21 car. He's up to the 14th position. Started back in 27th, pretty solid all night. They came here and tested. This is a brand new car. They had a good test, and all they worked on, Darrell, was long green runs.
And you know, you expect Ricky Rudd to run good here. There's some tracks you go to, like Rusty, you expect him to run good here. Tony Stewart. And if you don't capitalize on the places you need to, where you do run good, then you're really going to be in trouble everywhere else.
Jeff Burton coming back up into play, into the top 5, the fastest car in final practice. Again, he didn't qualify that well, but he's made it to the top 5.
Boy, and he jumped back in the throttle right there, though. Car got a little sideways in turn 4, but you remember they got off a little bit, I think, after that first pit stop. But Paul Andrews, they've made the right adjustments, and his car looks good and solid, strong on the long run here.
Ryan Newman is back in the race after replacing parts in the rear end of his Altel Dodge. Nemechek is there, just 0.2 of a second off Bobby Labonte, and that's but a car length here.
Yeah, you know, our leader, though, he's having a great short track season. He's had 2 great finishes already at Bristol and Martinsville, second at Martinsville, and here he is leading the race again tonight. He and old Fatback McSwain, they seem to have something working.
They're catching a lot of lap cars, including just a few cars in front of them. Our pole sitter, Terry Labonte, he's just a little bit from going a lap down.
That car at Terry's has not been right since the pit stop.
And I got to think it's air pressure because, you know, he got up out of the groove down there. He said he thought he had a flat tire. He was having all kind of problems. Sounds like they were all tire related.
But I'm going to tell you what, Darrell, you said don't bring your Martinsville car here. That car Bobby Labonte's up there leading the race with. That's the one that he ran second with. You just got to have the Martinsville car with the Richmond setup.
Yeah, that car doesn't know where it is. But a 3/4 car, those drop cars like they like to run at Martinsville and some of them on the road course, they just don't work good here.
Now explain that, please. A 3/4 drop snout car.
Yeah, it's just, Larry, you're the crew chief, you tell them.
I mean, the front suspension points are just lowered down on it. It lowers what we call the roll center, and it really works good on flat, tight corners, like Darrell said, at a road course or like Martinsville. But the sensation it'll give you here, it may cut the center better, but because it rolls over, it makes it a loose feel getting in the corner.
So does that mean when they build the car, they drop the front frame rails, the snout, down 3/4 of an inch?
Mainly the suspension points, just the suspension points.
And Dale, I think Dale Jr.'s car is a 3/4 car.
Dale Jr. just went past Rusty for 4th, and now he may give up 4th to Jeff Burton on the outside.
Boy, Burton really sailed it around the outside of Rusty there.
Yeah, Rusty's car, the Miller Lite car, it's starting to fade just a little bit in this long green run.
And that's kind of tradition. That's kind of what Rusty's cars will do. They'll be really fast on the restarts, sit out there for about 50 laps, and then at the end of the run, which is not a bad thing, the car looks like it gives up a little bit.
I can do it, or I'll just call the late on me.
Good.
Traffic. Mayfield, Jeremy Mayfield on the outside. Bobby Labonte trying to put Mayfield a couple laps down now.
And there's just no place really for a lap car to get out of the way at this racetrack.
No, if you get down low, you're in the groove. If you move up, you pick up that debris on your tires, and then you can't go, and you get yourself in trouble.
Only 2 cars in the garage. Steve Park, who crashed out on lap 43, and Jimmy Spencer, who wrecked 100 laps later when something broke on his car.
I'm going to tell you, just watching the score monitor, and I know Jeff Hammond down in the Hollywood Hotel has been watching the same thing. I think the track is cooling down, Jeff, but boy, I'm telling you, we're seeing some lap times pick up here 4 laps before the halfway.
Larry, I couldn't believe it. All of a sudden, we talked about racing the halfway. It's a great indication right now of what these guys are really worried about. And you see how right now the groove is bright red, and they're really working it hard right now, trying to get the halfway. And they realize that once this thing goes past halfway and the rains do come, they could decide who the winner is. And everybody's really up on the wheel. Makes me wonder, cars may not be that bad because everybody's really kind of pushing that envelope that much harder.
Well, you know, Jeff, when the water was seeping out of the track earlier in the week, as long as all the cars are on the racetrack, it didn't create a problem. It's when the track's set. So as long as we don't have a caution flag, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, we're getting a report that the track temperature has cooled down from 74 degrees at the start of the race down to 67 degrees. Gives these cars a lot more grip. They bite the racetrack harder.
They're going to get the cross flags when they come around next time, and that indicates halfway.
It indicates an official race 1 lap after halfway. I tell you, Joe Nemechek in the 25 car, and boy, he touched Bobby Labonte on the left rear, got himself sideways, but his car looks like it's just getting better and better into this run.
Yeah, Joe's car looks really fast. He's able to run low, he's able to run high. He's got a great line around 3 and 4 down here.
That was the only Chevy in the top 5 in final practice yesterday.
You can just tell in Joe Nemechek, he gets so excited to talk about his team. He and Peter Suspenzo, they just really are coming together as a team. They're building new cars, getting things sorted out.
His wife Andrea looking on. That's Joe's wife.
DW, Larry, a couple of guys right now, again, watching those lap times. I'm wondering if Joe Nemechek's starting to pick that pace up because he knows Dale Earnhardt Jr. has also picked the pace up. And a guy that just jumped up in the top 10, Greg Biffle, his lap times are considerably faster than what they've been over the last 5 or 6 laps.
But I'm going to tell you what, Jeff, his teammate Matt Kenseth, the 17 car at night, he's the quickest car right now. We have 4 Roush cars in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, Roush has just done an incredible job putting the drivers and the crew chiefs together the way he has the last 1.5 years or 2. It's really been impressive to watch.
But it's 2 Chevys up front fighting for the lead. Bobby Labonte, Joe Nemechek. Make that 3 cars. Dale Earnhardt Jr. just half a second off the lead. Then it's Rusty Wallace's Dodge, Jeff Burton's Ford, Ward Burton's Dodge, the Ford of Kurt Busch, and the Chevy of Jimmy Johnson. Nemechek makes it through.
Boy, there you see Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that Budweiser car. You heard Jeff Hammond talk about coming. He's there.
400 laps complete.